Hello, and welcome to SOTA. My name is Leslie Punt.
And I'm Russ Torlage.
Together, we're the founders of SOTA Instruments. We've created this video to help you quickly learn how to use the SOTA products and how to easily incorporate them into your life.
Well, let's get started. The Silver Pulsar is a 2-in-1 unit. It does the micropulsing as well as making the ionic colloidal silver. The micropulsing introduces gentle microcurrents of electricity for greater energy and overall well-being. We also have an economy version of the Silver Pulsar we call the Silver Pulsar Lite, which also does the micropulsing. Remember to read the product manual, or better yet, go to the SOTA website to read the most current version. When you first receive your Silver Pulsar, ensure it has been fully charged. To charge your unit, plug the USB-C end of the charging cord into your Silver Pulsar. Plug the other end of the charging cord into a USB adapter or a USB port on a computer. Plug the adapter into an electrical outlet. The red light on the Silver Pulsar will flash, indicating that the battery is charging. Periodically, plug the unit in before bed to ensure it is fully charged and ready to use. For a quick charge, we recommend charging for at least 1 hour. A full charge takes about 5 hours. When the red light turns off, the battery is fully charged. When micropulsing, accurate placement of the probes is important. Before getting started, take a minute to locate the pulse points on your wrist. Use 2 fingers to locate the pulse on the thumb side of your wrist. This pulse is strong and easy to find. The pulse point on the little finger side of your wrist is more difficult to find. Bend your wrist slightly towards you, and using the same 2 fingers, feel for the pulse. If you can't feel the pulse, drink a large glass of water, wait 5 minutes and try again. If you still can't feel the pulse, then place as demonstrated. For micropulsing, you'll need 2 rubber probes, the micropulsing cord, 2 sponge sleeves, the armband with clip, and the wrist strap. Next, place the armband with clip on your upper arm or your forearm, whichever is more comfortable for you. Attach the 2 rubber probes to the metal pins on the end of the micropulsing cord. Wet the sponge sleeves under a tap and squeeze out the excess water so they are moist but not dripping wet. Insert the rubber probes into the sponge sleeves. You may need to twist the rubber probes so they easily slip into the holes of the sponge sleeves. Lay the wrist strap flat with the Velcro side down. Place the sponge sleeves on the wrist strap. The sponge sleeves should be about a thumb width apart from each other. Place your wrist on top of the sponge sleeves. Holding the sponge sleeves in place with your wrist, push the wrist strap through the buckle, loop it back, and cinch until it is snug enough to hold the sponge sleeves in place, but not so tight that it is uncomfortable. Now, align the sponge sleeves over the pulse points on the wrist. If the wrist strap is too long, it can be cut to size. Next, plug the micropulsing cord into the Silver Pulsar unit. Turn the unit on and gently increase the intensity to where you feel it and it is comfortable. The green light will be on and the yellow light should be flashing. Slip the unit onto the armband with clip. If the sponge sleeves start to dry out, use the dropper bottle to re-moisten them with water. From time to time, you may need to adjust the intensity to where you feel it and it is comfortable. When you begin micropulsing, we suggest starting slow with just 10 minutes a day for the first 3 to 4 days. Then increase by 20 minutes for another 3 to 4 days. Repeat this cycle, adding 20 minutes every 3 to 4 days until you reach 2 hours per day. We suggest following this program for 6 to 12 months. Remember to stay well hydrated by drinking lots of fresh water. Even better, you can drink ozonated water produced by the SOTA Water Ozonator. Keep in mind, if you feel it is too much, you can reduce the time for a few days and then resume increasing gradually to a minimum of 2 hours per day. The Silver Pulsar can be worn at any time, while working, cooking, out walking the dog, or even grocery shopping. The key is to leave it out where you will see it. If you plan to use it at work, leave it on your desk. If you want to use it in the morning while getting ready, leave it on the bathroom counter. Setting an alarm on your phone to remind you is a great idea. The Silver Pulsar is a 2-in-1 unit. It does the micropulsing as well as making ionic colloidal silver. Ionic colloidal silver is a silver electrolyte that can be used around the home, topically, or taken internally. We also have an economy version of the silver pulsar we call the Silver Pulsar Lite. It's capable of making ionic colloidal silver, but you need to purchase the accessory separately. Remember to read the product manual, or better yet, go to the SOTA website to read the most current version. You will need 2 silver wires, the silver wire holder, a glass container like a mason jar that holds 4 cups or 1 liter, distilled water, which is the best, and a dark glass bottle for storage. Wine bottles work great. Pour 4 cups or 1 liter of distilled water into the glass container. Begin with a fully charged unit, or better yet, use the charging adapter cord. To power your unit, plug the USB-C end of the charging cord into your silver pulsar. Plug the other end of the charging cord into a USB adapter. Plug the adapter into an electrical outlet. Insert the silver wires into the silver wire holder. Place the silver wire holder on top of the glass container, immersing at least 70% of the wires into the water while keeping the wires 1 inch from the bottom. Plug the silver wire holder cord into the unit. Turn the unit on. No need to adjust the intensity level, as that is only for micropulsing. The green light will be on and the orange light will come on, showing that the silver wires have conductivity and are making the ionic colloidal silver. For the 4 cups or 1 liter of water, it'll take 1 hour per cup. So we will brew this for 4 hours. This will make a 5 to 8 part per million solution. After 2 hours, remove the silver wires and wipe them with a paper towel to remove any silver oxide on them. Put the silver wires back into the solution and use them to stir the solution for a few seconds. After 4 hours, turn the unit off and remove the silver wires from the solution. Wipe the silver wires with a paper towel. Your ionic colloidal silver solution should be clear or pale golden in color. After several uses, you may find one silver wire becomes blackened. You can use a green scrub pad to gently scrub it shiny again. Be careful not to overly scrub, as this removes valuable silver. A metallic taste is normal. Store in a dark glass bottle at room temperature in a dark place like a kitchen cupboard. Start with 4 ounces per day for the first week. After 1 week, increase to 8 ounces, 250 milliliter, per day, 5 days per week. The daily amount can be taken all at once, divided into 2 amounts per day, morning and evening, or broken up into several smaller amounts throughout the day. It is best to drink ionic colloidal silver on an empty stomach. We suggest following this program for 6 to 12 months. We suggest setting a timer on your phone to remind you to take it throughout the day. You can also leave a small glass on your kitchen or bathroom counter as a reminder. The magnetic pulsar uses pulse magnetic fields to create gentle microcurrents of electricity in targeted areas. Remember to read the product manual, or better yet, go to the SOTA website to read the most current version. First, let's connect the wall adapter to the magnetic pulsar and connect the adapter to an electrical outlet. Touch the on-off mode button to turn the unit on. The unit starts in regular mode with green lights that show the magnetic charge is building up. The magnetic charge is released through the hand paddle when the red light flashes. The regular mode with green lights has a stronger pulse that is released every 4 seconds and has a deeper field that measures up to 14 inches or 35 centimeters. To change to the fast mode, touch the on-off mode button again. The yellow charging lights will now come on. The fast mode with yellow lights has a less intense pulse that is released every second and has a slightly less depth of field that measures up to 7 inches or 18 centimeters. The hand paddle can be placed anywhere on the body, lymph nodes, organs, spine, soft tissues, or an area like your knee, elbow, or ankle. Place the hand paddle as close to the body as possible. It does not need to touch the skin, as the magnetic field will pass right through clothing. It is preferable to place over clothing as the hand paddle will get hot after repeated use. Most people do not feel any sensation while using the magnetic pulsar. The magnetic pulsar is timed for approximately 40 minutes in regular mode and 25 minutes in fast mode. You have a choice of using the magnetic pulsar anywhere on the body, or if you're doing the SOTA Wellness program, the magnetic pulsar has a sound option to help guide you. Touch the sound button once to start the SOTA Wellness program. The orange sound light will come on and the unit will beep to signal when to move the hand paddle to the next location. In fast mode, the unit will beep every 10 pulses. In regular mode, the unit will beep every 5 pulses. Please refer to Chart 1 and Chart 2 of the SOTA Wellness program for pulse point locations. If you are not following the SOTA Wellness program but want to hear a beep for every pulse, touch the sound button a second time. To turn off the sound, press the sound button a third time. When a cycle is complete, the magnetic pulsar will go into standby mode for 30 seconds and then turn off automatically. If you want to continue pulsing, touch the on-off mode button to do another cycle. If at any time during your session you want to turn the unit off, touch and hold the on-off mode button for 2 seconds. When starting out, for the first week, use a magnetic pulsar for 1 cycle in fast mode. If you are a larger person, then use regular mode. If following the SOTA Wellness program, use the pulse points on Chart 1. For the second week, continue with 1 cycle daily, but switch to following the pulse point locations on Chart 2. For the third week and on, do 1 or 2 cycles per day in fast or regular mode. 1 cycle will allow you to go through both charts once. The magnetic pulsar can be used 5 to 7 days a week. We suggest following this program for 6 to 12 months. Remember to stay well hydrated by drinking lots of fresh water. Even better, you can drink ozonated water produced by the SOTA Water Ozonator. Let's test the magnetic field so you can see that there is something happening. Take a butter knife or a screwdriver and hold it up against the flat side of the hand paddle. Turn the unit on, and when the red light flashes, you should see a reaction. That shows the magnetic field is being released. Put the magnetic pulsar where you usually spend your time relaxing, beside your favorite chair, on a coffee table in front of your couch to use while watching TV, or on your nightstand next to your bed. The key is to leave it out where you will see it. You can also set an alarm on your phone to remind you when it's time to use it. The water ozonator produces ozonated water by bubbling ozone into a glass of drinking water. The ozonated water increases the oxygen in the water and it's a great way to energize and hydrate your body. Remember to read the product manual, or better yet, go to the SOTA website to read the most current version. First, let's connect the wall adapter to the water ozonator and plug the adapter into an electrical outlet. Next, connect the silicone tubing to the ozone outlet pipe on the side of the water ozonator. Place the air stone into a glass or stainless steel container of water. Any drinking water will work. Touch the on-off timer button to turn the unit on. Position the glass of water away from the unit. The green light will be on under the 5-minute setting. 5 minutes is plenty of time to fully saturate a 16-ounce, 500 milliliter glass of water. If more than 5 minutes is required because you are ozonating a larger container of water, touch the on-off timer button to the desired time cycle. The choices are 5, 15, 30, or 60 minutes. If you notice the ozone smell and is very strong to you, then ozonate your water in a well-ventilated area, like under a stovetop fan or near an open window. At the end of the time cycle, the unit will beep. The air pump will continue to operate for another 10 seconds to purge the ozone from the unit. Then the unit will turn itself off. Remove the air stone from the glass. Let your air stone air dry, ready for your next session. Drink the freshly ozonated water within 10 minutes as the ozone will start dissipating. You can still experience benefits if you store ozonated water in a glass or stainless steel container with a lid and drink it throughout the day. Start with 8 ounces, 250 milliliter, per day, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. Increase the amount you drink by 8 ounces, 250 milliliter, every second day until you reach a daily intake of 32 to 64 ounces, 1.5 to 2 liters. We suggest following this program for 6 to 12 months. Keep your water ozonator on the kitchen counter or near wherever you get your drinking water from. A water dispenser, sink, fridge, etc. The key is to leave it out where you will see it. Whenever you fill your water glass, it is easy to pop the air stone into it and ozonate your water in just a few minutes. Drinking ozonated water first thing in the morning or before or after exercising is great for a boost of energy. The BioTuner supports the body-mind connection by offering harmonic frequencies that create an inner sense of calm, balance, and tranquility. We also have an economy version of the BioTuner that we call the BioTuner Lite. Remember to read the product manual, or better yet, go to the SOTA website to read the most current version. You will need the ear clips with rubber electrodes, the BioTuner cord, and optionally, the armband with clip. First, place the 9-volt battery in the unit. Next, clean your earlobes to remove any skin oils. If using the armband with clip, place it on your upper arm or your forearm, whichever is more comfortable for you. Attach the ear clips to the metal pins on the end of the BioTuner cord. Plug the BioTuner cord into the unit. Moisten the rubber electrodes in the ear clips with some water and place one ear clip on an earlobe with the rubber electrode to the back of the earlobe as close to the jaw as possible. Repeat with the other ear clip. Turn the BioTuner on and gently increase the intensity to a comfortable level. You should feel a slight buzzing sensation. The green light will come on in mode 1. You can change modes by pressing the mode button. Slip the unit onto the armband with clip or in your pocket. The BioTuner has 6 different modes or comfort settings for you to experiment and discover which works best for you. Modes 1, 2, and 3 are stronger, and modes 4, 5, and 6 are gentler. Modes 3 and 6 have the addition of the 7.83 Hz Schumann earth frequency. All of the modes have the same key frequencies. The BioTuner has a built-in 20-minute timer. After 20 minutes, the unit goes into sleep mode. The output stops, but there is still a drain on the battery. Turn the unit off. If you want to do another 20-minute cycle, you can turn the unit back on and choose your mode. When starting with the BioTuner, we suggest one 20-minute cycle per day for the first 3 to 4 days. You can then increase to 2 20-minute cycles per day. If deeper relaxation is desired, increase gradually up to 6 or more cycles daily. Use the BioTuner for a minimum of 30 days for best results. The relaxation benefits build the longer you use it. The BioTuner can be used anytime, while working, out walking the dog, or before bed. Some use it while meditating. Many people report feeling relaxed when using the BioTuner, so prefer to use it in the evening. We suggest keeping it out where you can see it, maybe on the bedside table. Others prefer using it during the day, while at work or school, while making dinner, or the first thing in the morning. In this case, the kitchen counter or your desk might be a good place to keep it. Setting an alarm on your phone to remind you is a great idea.
We hope this video helps you get started with using the SOTA products.
Remember, consistency is the key. Placing the units where you can see them will help to remind you to use them. And thank you for watching.